Happy Ada Lovelace Day, Internet. How's it going? Um, so, I'm really hoping that things work out today, because yesterday I tried to stream and then like half an hour in, um, my I don't know, like my upload speed like plummeted and I was unable to continue. So, uh, yesterday wasn't a total wash. Instead, I started setting up for the next project that I want to work on after this one. Um, and I've actually, so I'm working in a new like development environment in a new language that I've never actually like worked with before. So that's gonna be, that project needs a little like off camera time before it's it's even vaguely like entertaining to, to put on stream. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna hopefully get that up and running such that I can start working on it soon. But today, or I mean, what I was gonna do yesterday, and what I started to do yesterday, and what I'll do today instead is, um, yeah. So right, so we're setting up a robot, or we're making a robot for Hero, so that for running balance passes, I won't have to run all of the balance passes manually. I can set our robot to run passes uh, and then have the robot print out useful information or like keep a log of useful information, so that way I can just like set it to run overnight, and then in the morning the robot will have by the morning the robot will have produced a bunch of useful data that I can use to tune the game. So that that'll be really nice, because I just I just don't want to ship this game broken. I just don't want this game to be broken. Not that I'm planning on shipping it imminently, but okay. So yeah, let's make it. Let's make a robot. Oh yeah, and so the title of the stream, I made it robots plural, because the next project that I'm working on is actually a robot. And it occurred to me it's a legit robot. Like I kept saying, so my next this is slightly off track, but I keep saying my next project is going to be like a bot, but so it's going to be text based, and it's gonna occur in chat. But the way I'm setting it up, I didn't want to actually like have the bot chat back. Like I only wanted it to like read in chat, and then I wanted to use like alternate mechanisms to play it back. But so the thing I realized is that I don't want like, well, so part of the reason I wanted to do that in the first place is that I didn't I don't know, maybe I won't give up on that. So okay, so I didn't want chat spammed with like the robot just like prattling off like pertinent information. I wanted to convey as much of that pertinent information in the stream directly, so that basically the chat would be the interface, the chat would be the method of input, but that the stream itself would be like the feedback. So I started thinking maybe instead of having the bot participate in this chat, I was thinking of setting up a separate like chat channel for the specifically for the bot. Because it occurred to me, like, I mean, not only is the feedback from the bot going to get a little bit spammy, but like the input from the users, that could get pretty spammy. Like if there were a fair number of users, like, and that would be like, this just wouldn't be very conducive to discussion. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind a million more times before I actually like implement it one way or the other, or maybe I'll keep changing my mind and I'll implement it both ways and maybe I'll try them both out, try out both approaches. But yeah, it's either going to be. At this point, I'm thinking it'll probably be, the chat will probably take place in a separate channel, and the bot. And at that point, I don't care if the bot responds. And in fact, it'll be very convenient for the bot to respond. In fact, it might be preferable for the bot to respond, because if it's occurring in a separate channel, I don't want it to be confusing as to which chat channel to to play. Like, so basically, I don't want people to get confused and think and like try and spam text commands in the wrong chat. So I don't know. My original idea was a lot more abstract and like it. I don't know. I was like trying to think of a way to just integrate like chat, make it so that you didn't need like explicit chat commands really, so that you could like there could be like a natural, more organic conversation in chat, and which would still and the game could play out through that. But I don't know. I really want that. I just know that that's going to be like a. I don't know. It's like it's. I don't know exactly how to make the game feel like players have agency without encouraging players to like manipulate the game just based on their chat participation. So I don't know. Well, it's just so much easier if you can give literal commands. That would just make it so. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll do that first, and then I want to keep this project like alive, and maybe even not like the first project that I start necessarily, but I really want to. I want to continue with this idea. Sorry, on my other monitor, I just saw a buffering symbol and I got nervous. But all right, so yeah. Anyways, that's I'm not even starting on that project today. I want to start on it this week though. I suddenly have a very busy week though because this weekend I'm participating in a game jam. Game jam? Did I say that right? Excuse me. I'm not drunk or anything. It's just tomato juice. There's no vodka. This weekend I'm participating in a game jam, so that's gonna be cool. And then first thing on Monday, I just found out today. First thing on Monday, or not first thing, but the very next day, like little time to recoup. I'm giving a talk. So I haven't written the talk yet either. I literally found out like an hour ago, maybe. So I've like started thinking about it, but so this week I have to. The things I have to do this week are the game jam and that talk, and then the other things that I want to do are to finish this project and to start the next project. So, also like last week, I did not stream 30 hours last week. I think I only streamed like 20 something hours. Like, what's like 8 plus 7 plus 7 plus 1? It's not 30. It's not 30. So yeah, and then yesterday I didn't stream at all, so I'm off to a terrible start this week. Hopefully things will improve. Hopefully. Okay, so yeah, I guess if you count this weekend, I plan to possibly do like a 36-hour. I might, at this game jam, if it's like an overnight thing, I might do the marathon stream. So maybe I shouldn't be too worried about how much time I get in this week, because maybe I'll have plenty of time to stream this weekend. All right. Anyways, so what we did yesterday for the half hour that we were on the air, or one of the things we did yesterday, was to just to start setting up our robot. So yeah, we have like we just have this is one of our other cheats that's not related to the robot. So yeah, we just have a boolean to determine whether the robot is running or not, and this isn't going to be like used. This like there'll be nothing to set this in game. This is just like a public bool that I can flip to when I want to set the robot to run overnight. I might make a modified build so that I can have it running in like a bunch of windows. I haven't done logging before, so, and that might be overkill. So I don't know if I'll do that. But for starters, I'm just gonna have it so that in Unity, basically, I could like enter play mode, and then turn on the robot. So we have ints for the robot strategy, because I want the robot to try out like a few different approaches to make sure that there's like relative balance between those strategies that the players can employ as well. And then build is an array. It's a multidimensional array to keep track of which modifiers are used where. So that way, at the end of each playthrough, we can print out the build and some other pertinent information as well. Like, actually, I should jot them all down basically. So it's going to be POW build. Time is, we're already keeping track of time elsewhere, so we don't have to keep track of that here. But let's keep track of int ex explosive devices detonated. So that way, there are two factors which can like slow down the course of the game. You can just be progressing through the game naturally, fairly slowly, or you can get set back by the detonation of an explosive device. So I'd like to keep track of that, just to see if some strategies are just more susceptible to explosive devices. It's not necessarily a bad thing for a device for a strategy to be susceptible to explosive devices. There are just a few things that I want to keep tabs on. The robot isn't. Actually, I guess I could make the robot smart enough to hone in on the explosive devices. I was thinking of just going like flatly random with the. Yeah, I might go flat. I might just go flatly random with it. Anyways, that was the slight tangent. But my point is basically that I guess I just want to know like how a strategy plays. So like if hey, Minto Kid, how's it going? Thank you for hosting. Oh wow! Yeah, suddenly everyone shows up. Thank you. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for today. I'm hoping my network connection holds up. So far, it's been pretty good, and hopefully today we can accomplish what I had been meaning to accomplish yesterday. But we're making a robot, or we're making robots. We'll eventually make robots. We're making one robot to start with. But it's going to be a pretty cool robot. What other... So, right now I'm setting up, like, the information that I want the robot to keep track of while playing through the game so that it can report this information at the end of each playthrough. We have build. Like, we're keeping tabs of how the robot uses its power-ups throughout the course of the game. And we're keeping tabs on how many explosive devices are detonated. Elsewhere, we're also keeping tabs on how long the round took, because that's the biggest factor, is how long did it take for this strategy to play through start to finish. Sorry, just having some tomato juice. Gotta keep my energy levels up, because I'm on an exercise device. Excuse me. I'm doing well, thanks. I was a little thrown off my game yesterday, just because I don't know, I hadn't had like severe technical difficulties in a while. Maybe I've just had it really lucky, but I wasn't exactly sure. Yeah, I spent some time troubleshooting, and then I just ended up working on another project because, fortunately, I did have another project that I had to work on off camera anyways, so it wasn't so bad. My schedule changed, and not necessarily by my own doing. I was a little thrown off, just slightly. I guess. The way I was setting this up yesterday, I kind of started working backwards because I was kind of working with like the end result, like the information that we want to we want to produce at the end of this. Just trying to think about how I'll even use this data, or like how, yeah, how I I'll just I'm probably gonna want to keep track of it in a spreadsheet or something because I just like spreadsheets. So the spreadsheets though that I've been using lately are like Google Docs. And I wonder. I actually don't have much experience with Google What? Wait, what? What is? uh, okay. What? I don't know what just happened. No, why are you opening all weird? Man. Alright. I don't know what that's about. Wait. Hold on. Supported apps. Google Forms? I don't know. Use this one. I don't know. Huh. Well, this isn't how it used to work. So... Wait, is it... Man, I was hoping to use this. I was hoping to, like... Alright, I don't know what's up there. Alright, well, I guess I won't worry about what to do with the data, because as long as the data is getting collected, I can, like in terms of like how the data's output, I can change that later. That shouldn't be too hard. But what's a week? I'm off to such a great start this week. Although, I mentioned it before everyone tuned in. Hopefully, I'll at least close the week out okay. This weekend, the 18th and the 19th. I'm going to a game jam, and I think it's like an overnight thing. So I think I'm probably going to try and, I don't know if I'll actually be successful with it, but I think I might try and do like a 36-hour marathon stream going all the way from like Saturday morning to Sunday evening as I participate in this game jam. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm thinking I might try it. So, yeah, if you like delirious, marathon game development, tune in then. For now, slightly less delirious. So I guess as I have my wits about me, I might as well start implementing this. I'm probably gonna go backwards. So like at the end of the game, for now, I'm just gonna like print out this information. Print. Oh wait, I'll have to do it before I neutralize the time stuff, etc., etc. I might as well just do it first. Alright, so what are we printing? We're printing, we should print the strategy, so robot strategy, we'll want to, or not comma, sorry, plus space plus, so the strategy, the time, I guess. Yeah. So what is the time? I forget. How are we managing this? Alright, so time, start time minus time.fixed time. Wait, is that backwards? Start time minus time.fixed time? Shouldn't it be time.fixed time minus start time? Maybe I wanted it negative there for some reason. But yeah, up here, we'll do it the other way around. So the current time minus the time that this round started. What else? The number of explosives detonated. Yeah, I'm gonna do this slightly differently. Alright, so instead of instead of doing that, let's do string prnt equals this, and then what? Okay, so then we say for int I equals, let's say int I x equals, or I p, I guess, equals 0, I p whoa. I guess I could just do 4. IP less than 4. I forget how to take the length of a multi-dimensional array. If I did pow build, would it be powbuild.length.x or something? I don't know. I actually, I don't know if I know that one offhand. What do I call it? IP plus plus. So then, what we're going to do is we're going to check our entire pow build and concatenate that. Pow, right, so now we need another one of these, except instead of IP, let's call it IM. And then we're just going to say, print prnt, our string, plus equals another space, and then pow build sorry, IPIM. It was just occurring to me, we could, I mean, there's no reason I guess there's not a specific reason to only print this when the robot's running, so I don't know, I guess when the robot's not running, I can just ignore robot strategy, because the robot strategy will be like 0 if I manually played through. And I think I'll probably remember whether I played through or whether the robot played through, so I probably don't have to get too elaborate about that. Alright, and so now, now let's print. Yeah, so, alright, and so then once we do that, we'll want to reset to get set up for the next run. So let's, explosive detonated and pow build are the ones that we'll want to reset. Robot strategy we'll want to do something different with. So yeah, just reset these. Yeah, so I guess actually robot strategy, most of the time we'll probably want to just loop through the possible strategies. So there are 5 of them. Yeah. Sorry. I was just thinking of how to do this. So like, let's say robot strategy equals robot strategy plus 1 modulo 5, I guess. 5 because we have 5 strategies. We have stacking on hero, stacking on bomb, stacking on dash, stacking on super are 4 like stacked options, and then just random. So oh yeah, so the robot I'm currently making is not a game. The robot I'm currently making is a robot tool to play the game that I previously made. The next robot that I'm making is a game. It's weird. The next game that I'm making is played via a Twitch chatbot. So yeah, they're different sorts of robots, but robots are many and varied things. There's a wonderful diversity in amongst robots. So yeah, these two will serve very different purposes. Yeah, for starters, this one's just a tool. This one's just to make it easier for me, so that I don't have to play the game ad nauseum. specifically, I'm just going to. I mean, I've been doing like I spent all last week balancing this game by hand, and I still intend to do more of that. But it's getting close to the point where what I really need now is like raw data in order to balance around. So, yeah, this robot will be like the raw data grunt, who I'll set to run overnight and will collect that data for me. Uh, So, so this robot just it plays through the game according to a strategy. It prints that data. Yeah, there you go. It prints that data and then it changes up. Then it goes to the next strategy and plays through it. And so then by hours later, I'll just have a lot of like comparative data, which will be really helpful to figure out what's overpowered, what's underpowered, what to nerf, what to buff, etc., etc. So, all right, so the robot is kind of now has its like, I mean, this is like, I think this is pretty sufficient for the robot's data reporting. So what now? Yes, okay, so now for one thing, the robot actually has to do anything. So I guess that would be a good place to start. So yeah, in terms of like how and where to implement this robot, I guess it'll just be, well, it's been a while since I set up the systems that the robot will be employing. So I think there are some ways that this should be fairly straightforward, and then in some other ways I might have to get a little bit tricky. I don't think this is going to be like the easiest thing to implement. It might take me all day to implement this, but I guess we'll know better once we get started. Yeah. So where to next? So using abilities. So yeah. Oh, right. So the other things the robot has to do, like during gameplay, the robot has to use abilities, and I basically just want the robot to use abilities on cooldown. So it'll basically just like mash the ability buttons, and that's fairly straightforward. For that, I basically just have to check if the cooldowns are up and then activate them. That I expect will be fairly simple. Actually, maybe the other thing will be very simple as well. The other thing is the one that where the strategy becomes pertinent. I need to have the robot. So there'll be like cases for each of the strategies, and then depending on the strategy, the robot will use available power-ups. So, all right. Well, thank you for stopping by, Mentor Kate. It's always nice to see you. Good luck on your game. I'm probably going to stream for a while today, but if you're still up and running when later when I call it, I'll stop by and I'll see you again a little bit later, or hopefully, I don't know, if it works out. Yeah, thank you again for stopping by. So, I guess I could do the easy one first. Yeah, let's just do the easy one first. So, oh, cool. Alright. Oh, wow, you have, you're far better at multitasking than I am. Like, all I'm listening to right now is, like, just some, like, very light music in the background, and even that is enough to distract me sometimes. But, alright. Cool, yeah, so I guess you're not going to fuck. Yeah, so the easy part of this robot is just spamming the buttons. Spamming the powers is fairly simple, because the way we have it set up right now is that, there's like, where is it? Oh, it's further down. In fixed update, we have like power processing, or not power processing, but like power activation. And for that, yeah, we basically, so we check if if it's if the user has queued to activate a power, but but now we can just set a separate like case where if the robot's on, just like activate. If the robot's on and it's time to activate a power, then like let's activate a power. Although, yeah, the yeah, yeah, Mint Arcade. If people haven't watched Mint Arcade stream before, he's like a machine. I like just in terms of like sheer like drive. Like I've never seen like a moment of downtime on Mint Arcade stream. It's just like always like going, 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 going. I kind of wish I was like that sometimes, but I'm more the I'm a bit of a thinker. I spend a lot of time with my hand off the keyboard, just kind of like just theory craft. I have a lot of respect for Mint Arcade style because I oh my gosh no, if I ever tried to do that, my brain would probably explode, or my fingers would just like melt off or something. um, yeah, so for power activation we I think I think we do use avail. Oh no. Yeah, so we do the time checking up here. I mean, we could just do the time checking down there, but I think I'm only going to do the time checking in the case of the robot. Yeah. So this is the condition. So the case that we activate an ability is if it's time to activate an ability. All of the abilities have cooldowns, so we want the robot to spam these abilities, but only like within the rules of the game. Like we don't want the robot to cheat, because that would not be meaningful data. So yeah, so during power activation, we'll say if we want to activate that power, like if the so power act will be true if the user activated a power, but then we can also just say or what is it? Robot play, which is a Boolean statement that's true when the robot is playing. And of similar term to this, it's not the exact same term because we don't have to look up the slot or the UI interaction. We can just go based on the oh wait, actually hold on. Pow act. Yeah, power. Okay. The things that involve powers, sometimes they ascribe to the index of the power, and sometimes they ascribe to the index of the slot or the button that represents the power in the HUD. Because you can actually you can put the powers in any of these slots, and in the future, I'm actually going to make it so that you can move them around, so you can customize the HUD to your liking. And I was just trying to I think we're using the correct index. All right, so all right, cool. Yeah, so that was the easy part, right? Although pow time, yeah, right. So that's good, right? So yeah, regardless of why it activated, the time will get bumped up accordingly, and so I think we could actually do this now. I think our robot is quasi-functional at this point. Oh, except that I apparently what? Oh right, yeah. I always do that. I try and put math. I try and put arithmetic inside a string addition, quote unquote addition. All right, save that. Yeah. So I think if I turn on, on the robot now, it'll just. Oh, except it doesn't have any. It doesn't have any powers, so it won't actually do anything. But I think as soon as I drop bombs in the tray, I think it will. I think it'll go. Maybe go. Yeah, look at it. Look, it's bombing stuff. Go, robot, go. Yeah, bomb that stuff, robot. Yeah. All right. Uh, so, all right, yeah, that was the easy part, I guess. That part, not so difficult, which I knew. The next part is going to be slightly more difficult. But actually, now that I think about it, I think the way I set it up is going to be fairly straightforward too. So I think I maybe instead of if it's as simple as I'm hoping it'll be, then maybe instead of spending a ton of time just trying to get it to work at all, I'll instead just spend a ton of time getting it to work well, so that we can get better and more meaningful data out of the test that we run with it. So, hmm. All right. I don't know how long. I forget how long I've been streaming, but we're still streaming, which is good. Yesterday, I think by this time we had already gotten taken out of action by technical difficulties. So, fingers crossed. I probably just jinxed it by saying that, but whatever. All right. So yeah. Now the next thing is just to use those modifiers, which yeah, I think should be fairly straightforward. No, I'm probably like, I have this really like dreamy memory wherein everything is just like magically set up so that it'll work super easy and super perfect. But hold on, yeah, before I before I get my hopes too high, let's investigate how it actually works. Spawn button, yeah, let's find references to that. Why are there two cases where we spawn button? Oh, right, yeah. Because yeah, I guess we don't really necessarily want to do it. Do we want to do it here, or do we want to do it... Like, do we want to set this up in either of these two places? If next button is... Custom button points. I guess I could just do it here. Because that way... Yeah, Yeah, but so if I do it like just right after here, then the buttons will all be spawned by that time. So yeah, what do we want to do? So we basically just want to say, well, so this will be our case. So if robot play, because if the robot isn't on, then we don't have to care about any of this stuff. So if robot play, this is going to be a case. So let's set up switch. Or yeah, it's going to be switch. I don't know. I call them case. Anyways, switch on robot strategy. Although there's going to be some things that will be universal to all strategies. For example, regardless of what the strategy, we want to put powers onto the ability bar as soon as we get them. The strategies will have differences in how we use our modifiers, but for the powers, we'll always want to drop those in post haste. So might as well do that first, because it'll also if we, I mean, with the robot's going to be like, there are going to be cases where we'll want to put a power onto the bar and then immediately drop modifiers on it. So yeah, we can probably do a bunch of those up front. So yeah, right, so let's say for yeah, so for it's like alright, so anyways, int I equals 0. So we want to check, because so we might have multiple buttons. We might have multiple unused power-ups, which I refer to as buttons before I refer to them as power-ups. So they're called buttons in some of the naming conventions. So we want to loop over them, and if any of them are powers, we want to just use them immediately, and it doesn't matter how we use them. We just want to use them immediately. So for int I equals 0, I less than button. but btn, nope. Oh, it doesn't like that. It's not going to give me autocomplete because I left my statement broken for too long. So I actually have to remember what they're called. So avail. Oh, okay, no, it is going to give me autocomplete. Cool. So avail buttons.length. So we'll iterate all of our available buttons, and we will check if well, for one thing, if the button even exists. Avail buttons I not equal null, and so it doesn't equal null, and then what is it, avail type, I guess? Yeah. And avail type I is less than 2, less than or equal to 2, less than or equal to 2, because the types of available buttons 0, 1, and 2 are the powers. I can double check that. I'm pretty sure that's true though. And so if that's the case, we'll want to do something. Let me just double check. Good declaration. Yes, 0 bombs, 1 is dash, and 2 is pow 3, also known as super. So yeah. So yeah, if that's the case, then we'll just want to use it immediately. So I think use avail is the way that we do that. What are the two? Bottom bar and avail. So yeah, so for the bottom bar, we can just drop it on 3, I think, because 3 will just automatically, like, we can drop it anywhere. It really doesn't matter, because I set it up so that if you drop a power from the top bar to the bottom bar, if you put it in a valid spot, it'll go where you put it. But if you put it in an invalid spot, it'll just go wherever. Because I think the important part is just that you get that ability, and then you start, and then you're immediately able to use it. So let's say 0, 1, 2, yeah, 3, and I. And I think that might be. I mean, I think I think the stuff that we're doing might be like this simple. Like I think like you know, so we have to set up 5 strategies, but I think it'll be basically basically like that. So actually, maybe I should put the switch inside the loop. That way we don't have to iterate over the buttons twice. This happens before power activation though. So maybe we should just iterate twice. But I don't want to put the loop inside each of these cases. So I should put no, yeah, you know what? This is just going inside the loop. Because it's not like so yeah, hypothetically in the frame that you get a new power, you can drop that power on your bar, and hypothetically, I mean, the robot can then drop all of the available modifiers onto that power immediately and then immediately use it on that same frame. But that's actually not like humanly realistic. So I don't have to go out of my way to support that. Alright, so yeah, alright, I'll just set this up a little differently. So let's make this a separate conditional within the avail buttons not equal null case. So if this, then use avail. And I guess I can make this an else case. Else. Right, and so the else case is the case that we're iterating over all of our available buttons, and it's not a power; it's a modifier. So now let's switch on robot strategy, and let's say for case 0. Oh, this is gonna be really simple. I hope they're all this simple. It's gonna start out really simple, anyways. For case 0, it's literally just gonna be this again, because case 0 is stacking on the hero. Case 1. Oh yeah. So case 1. All right. So yeah, this. Okay. So this will be. This is okay. So now we have at least some slight challenge to how we implement this, because case 1 is we want to stack on bombs, but we can't stack on bombs until bombs exists as a thing to stack on, and what but yeah, bombs isn't the first one that we get. Then this will become even more interesting once we have hey Aluer, how's it going? And a Kappa 123 to you as well. Sorry, I probably mispronounced your name. If anyone has requests for words they'd like to hear me mispronounce, feel free to just put them in chat. I'll mispronounce whatever words you guys would care to hear me say. I apologize for probably slaughtering your name. Aluer. I don't know. Hopefully that's at least close. I think I'm gonna go for this. I'm probably just gonna cheat, because I can know, like, I know when the powers spawn, because we have it set up. We have them set up to spawn at specific time. So I'm probably just gonna go by that. So yeah, I'll just say. Wait. So. Thank you. Thank you for your understanding. All right, yeah. So the thing that we have set up for like button spawnage is where is it? It's like spawn at count and like button spawn count, what is it? Button spawn count, and then right, so pow spawn at count. So what? So we'll say if button spawn count. Oh, pow gain count. What do I use pow gain count for? For one thing, I mean, I want to use it for this, but what did I use it for before? I won't bother myself to. So pow gain count, yeah, pow gain count. I guess it's also not the be all end all. I mean, I could just kind of like, I should probably just like hack these strategies in, like don't bother making them too robust, because for one thing we haven't even tested it yet. Although we could test it, because we actually have strategy 0 working. So yeah, maybe I'll just test strategy 0 first before I go overboard with like implementing other stuff. Yeah. So where were we? We were further down here. Oh yeah, we were down here. So yeah, let's just all right, case 0, and we'll just test out case 0. So now hypothetically, the button should or the robot, when I activate the robot, it's on strategy 0. So whenever it gets a modifier, it should just instantly use it on itself. And so in this playthrough, hypothetically, oh, that did not work. What did you not like about this? Use avail. What? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, wait. No, why is that not? Why didn't you like that? Avail, slot, avail. Oh, because it goes by slot, not by button. So, right, okay, so... Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Anyways, what, So what do I have to do instead? Right. So yeah. In this case, I is the button, not the slot. So maybe I should go by slot instead. Uh, Avail slots dot length. Would it be would it be easier to go by slots instead, or would it be easier to avail button? Nah, I'll just go this way. But so yeah, instead of for use avail, it's not actually I. It's a avail slot. I or slot avail. Sorry, slot avail I, and that'll be the case for both of these. Save that. All right. So now if I turn the robot on, it should work as such. Come on, robot, I believe in you. Here comes, point number 5 is, yay! I don't know why I cheered. I just assumed it would work. I was just hoping it would work. Did I not, am I not getting that correctly? Oh, wait, what? Oh, you're getting passed through slot avail. Wait, what? What is avail supposed to be? Alright, let's go back to other uses of use avail. Avail highlighted. I would have thought that would go by slot. But we're passing it in and then maybe how are we using slot avail? Do I have it backwards in my mind? Refers to index of pow button. Oh, right. So it's not returning the slot. It's the opposite. It's taking the slot and returning the button. All right. Oops. So yeah. So where is it? It's one of these things. Probably this one. Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah. So we want to. Slot avail refers to the button based on the slot. I probably should touch up my naming conventions here because I tend to remember it the wrong way with fair regularity. But all right, so let's say so yeah, let's go over the slots then, I guess. Slot avail dot length, and so instead of checking avail buttons, slot avail I not equal null, and then and now we just pass in I think probably hopefully. All right. Maybe this will work. So yeah, we get the first one when we get to 5 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Well, it didn't give an error, but it also didn't work. So that's interesting. So I wonder if this is so wait, what is slot avail refers to the index of avail buttons. Well, that's written ambiguously as well. Maybe I did have it right the first time. No, I don't think I had it. First the index of avail buttons. Well, this is, I guess we could just see how it's used. uh, uh, no. No. Yeah. Alright, so when responding to the buttons, we're saying that slot avail equals I. Yeah. Slot avail. Oh, slot avail SI equals I. SI being. Oh. No, yeah. Avail buttons. Yeah. Okay. So given the slot, so slot avail given the slot index returns the button index. So I think I'm using that correctly. Given the slot index, it returns the button index. Slot avail. Yeah, that should. So this should be evaluating correctly. Well, I guess instead of checking. Oh. Whoa. Why did that, we should have gotten weird errors, I feel like. Because, like, slot avail starts at -1. So, like, tossing -1 into here should have given index out of. Huh. Well, I don't know why it didn't, but I'm going to do that anyway. Slot avail, not equal -1. And, if. Oh, avail type? That's probably. This is probably where we were faltering. Maybe? No, wait, avail type of anything. It should have been to -1. And this should have. We should have seen more errors, not less errors. Huh. So. That's interesting. Alright, so save the. And, I guess I could just. No, like trying it again, I don't feel like would do anything. Avail type. Yeah, so I should definitely fix that up as well, because. Alright. Avail type greater than or equal to 0, and less than or equal to. Well, actually no. I guess if anything, I could. Well, this one probably never be true anymore. Like if these things are true, then like this should be true also. But I guess it. Whatever. Yeah. Why didn't it give errors before? I feel like it should have freaked out. Because I should have been trying to. Well, okay. For one thing, I'm gonna tune down the. What is it? The rate at which the cookies spawn. Or the no. What is it? No. The next button period in it will be 1. Just so the testing goes faster. So now it only takes 1 point to get a modifier. But yeah, it's definitely not doing it. Oh, well, for one thing, I didn't turn the robot on. So that would probably explain it. Alright, no, it did work. I just forgot to turn the robot on. Awesome. Fantastico. Cool. Alright, so. Alright, well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't turn the robot on earlier, because we would have gotten crazy out-of-range exceptions. But now the robot totally works. Super works, super great, 100% all the time, forever. Ship it. So, yeah. Alright, that's cool. That's. I'm an idiot. I'm just gonna turn the robot on for now. I'll just have to remember to turn it off later. I won't want to ship the game with the robot on, because that would be a significantly less interactive game. I guess it wouldn't even be really a game at that point. No, you could still move the cursor around. It's just everything else would be. Excuse me. All right, cool. So, yeah, no, so just do the rest of the strategies. Uh, hmm. I'm on the fence about how smart I want this to be. Uh, I guess I could just make this smart. Why not do it the right way? Uh, so yeah, I had that other thing that I'm keeping track of that's kind of relevant or like similar to what I would want for this, but I'm just gonna do something different for the robot. So I'm just gonna say uh, nah, whatever. It's a robot. It doesn't need to have like good. Even if it suffers from like slight, like I could kind of jack up the computational power here because uh, even if uh, even if there's like a slight like even if I really slammed like how smart the robot was, like it's not like I have to worry about performance the same way I would have to worry about it for like the game proper because like the robot is not going to complain to me about poor frame rate. The robot is not going to come to me in the morning and be like, "Oh, your game runs at low frames per second." So as long as it doesn't impact gameplay, it's probably fine, and it's probably not even going to impact gameplay, to be honest. So, all right. So case 0, case 1. I might want to iterate over this separately. Break. Because for case 1, we want to wait until bombs actually get used. So yeah, no, you know what? I'm gonna be at least like vaguely smart about how to do this. All right, but I'll implement it first. I'll like pseudo implement it first. So I'll say if pow you pow added pow added, I guess. I don't know. There's probably a better term I could be using for that, but this isn't a real term yet anyways. Pow added 0 will be a boolean. If pow added 0, then use avail. Oh, yeah. For the slot, I wanna. Well, I mean, I could assume. Uh, yeah, no. This is simple enough. I mean, the robot will. The robot's predictable, so I don't have to like accommodate like with players. Like players can do like weird and unexpected things, so like you kind of have to like set things up in a way that the player won't accidentally like break something weird that you don't want them to break. But like robots are only as strange as I make them, so or only as unpredictable as I make them. So with that, I guess that is to say they're not unpredictable to me, anyways. Um, um, I have outsmarted myself on more than a few occasions though, so I I should I should at least write this to be uh, sensible enough that I don't accidentally like break myself with it. So okay, instead of 3, we want to drop it on bombs. And so how do we do that? Pow type. We could literally just say 0 because we know that bombs will be the first one used in this strategy. So I'm just going to say that for now. If I change things, I'll probably have to come back and smarten this up a little bit. But oh yeah, so one of the other things I want to do is when we add in our powers, I want to trueify pow added so that the robot knows that our powers have been added. So pow added I equals true. So yeah, I haven't this isn't a real thing yet, but Yeah, no, I didn't. The what I'm working on now is in fact the very same robot that I started yesterday. Once the stream went down, I knew that it would be a fine opportunity to work on something really boring, like something really just unimpressive and boring. And so I spent the day learning, like setting up on my computer and learning or like reacquainting myself with Python. I think the next project that I work on is going to be in Python, and I've actually never really made anything in Python. Really, I've like I've worked with Python before, but it's going to be like I'm I'm gonna spend like yesterday. I basically spent the entire day with my nose buried in documents, and I'm probably gonna have to refer to documents quite a bit over the course of the next project. But uh, Pygame, I don't know what that is, so probably not. Unless, well, I mean, it's not too late for me to, I guess, look it up and maybe use it. Hold on, let's see. Pygame. I'm just using Python because it's like a convenient enough way to. The next project that I'm working on is going to be chat based. It's going to be a Twitch bot, I guess, essentially like a Twitch chat bot, and Python is a really convenient way to just interface with like the IRC channel. All right, yeah, I have no clue what Pygame is, but I'll look into that. I'm using Python and I'm making a game, so it sounds perfect. But yeah, I actually have no clue what it is. All right, so okay. um, Pow added. Yeah, let's go back to our robot, where we have our robot variables, and I guess. This isn't specifically like robot related, but I guess I just didn't really need it for the main game, so I'm only really using it for the robot. Pow added is new bool length 3, and I'll have to remember to reset this when the game resets, so as not to forget. I'll do that now. Alright, so yeah. Oops. Save that. And then, nope, not that. Alright, yeah, so now for the bomb strategy, we can just, yeah, we can just, well, actually, no, I think we're good. I think the bomb strategy is now implemented. So, I'm working on the bot from yesterday. I just started it back up today. Like, I did nothing off stream, but, it's actually, we were in a pretty good place to have it, we're in a pretty good, like, just the way the project was set up, it's been pretty easy so far. Like, for example, now I have it running, and so as soon as we get the bomb power up, oh, wait, why isn't he using? All right, so yeah, the thing we see now is that the yeah, so the bot's just like running around and it's using the bombs on cooldown. Okay, well that's weird. How added I? Oh yeah, no, not I. A veil type. I. Yeah, that would explain it. All right. All right. Yeah. So now the bot. All right. So sorry, I had a small error that I just introduced. But now, so now the robot is on and the strategy is 1. So now the robot, we essentially have 2 strategies implemented now, and we have like the data reporting set up at the end as well. Oh no, we don't have the data reporting set up at the end. we have, well, I mean, we have the data reporting set up at the end, but we haven't instrumented the the robot to actually keep track of its data during its playthrough. Yeah, you see, like, you can see modifiers like flickering on the top bar here, and that's because like the robot uses them basically immediately, and so they only show up there for like a moment. Yeah, so now the robot has like two powers, and it's using, now it'll use both of those powers on cooldown, and it's on, yeah, if you recall from yesterday, we were setting up like different strategies for the robot to employ. Currently the robot's on strategy 1, so it'll stack everything on bombs. I also have strategy 0 implemented, where it stacks on hero. And so yeah, now it's just a matter of finishing up the data setup. So yeah, right. So there are a few. Before I forget, I think there are a few things that I'll want to do there. So the things I want to keep track of are. All right, so. Yeah, how do I want to do this? I guess I could just put it. I guess I could just do this and use a veil. Cause, well, I mean, I've been talking about like maybe at the end, or maybe at some point, I actually want to have it so that like users can review their build at the end of the game. That was specifically a feature that I'd want to put in if I like ship the project. So I'd want it so that you could post your build to social media or something. I don't know. So yeah, I might as well just like actually do this as if it's like a real feature. So let's go to declaration of use avail, and yeah, so bot equals 3. Avail type. Okay, yeah, so if avail type is greater than 3, right, so this is the case. Yeah, so this is pretty simple. We just say, what do we call it? It was like pow build, yeah, pow build, excuse me. So right, yeah, we wanted to say, okay, so yeah, let's put this inside this this else, or this if else. So let's say if bot 3, whoops, not that. Pow build. Well, what we're wanting to do here is to increment it. Pow build. But what are we incrementing? This is a multi-dimensional array. The first of which refers to. Oh, yeah, this is a little backwards, but 0. So on the bottom bar right now, 3 represents the hero, but in this, 0 represents the hero. So, anyways, other than that, we want to do avail type. Avail type -3, -2, avail type -2, avail type -3. Avail -3, and we already checked that this thing is greater than or equal to 3, so we're not going to go out of range below 0. If I add potions back in and forget to change this, then we'll go out of range above 0. But for now, those ranges match up. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much all we have to do. And then the only other thing we have to do is in the other case, when we're not dropping it on the hero, if we're dropping it on a specific power, we want to, instead of using 0, we want to use avail. No, not avail type. Oh yeah, so slot pow type. Yeah, here we go. This term. And so this way, oh no, this term +1, which is a little wonky, I guess, but in POW type, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2 refer to bombs dash super, but in POW build, 0 is the hero, so 1, 2, 3 refer to bombs dash super. So all right, yeah, now we're good to go. And then so this way, every time a modifier gets used, we increment the part of POW build so that at the end of the game we know like how many of each of the modifier types were used and which powers they were used on. And so that'll be important for the bot so that we can have that data to bounce around, and then maybe I'll use it. Who knows? I might use it someday to actually like display within the game for whatever reason. All right, cool. And then okay, so that was probably the most important one. And then the other thing I want to keep track of is how many explosive devices detonate. So, what is it like? Time. Cookie det timer. Find references. It's yeah. Cookie det timer is less than or equal to 0. This is the case that we want to detonate. Excuse me. An explosive device. So, oh. Explosive count. Oh. Ooh. I forgot I was keeping track of this. Hold on. Sorry. I just, destroy mob. Yeah, let me just make sure I'm, destroy, or not destroy underscore mob, just destroy mob. Go to declaration. We used to do something very different for, oh, how did I not notice this? Yeah, well, I guess it was a fairly recent change, but, yeah, we want to, yeah, we got in the habit of just, straight up destroying explosive cookies instead of setting off chain reactions, and so, yeah. Huh. Oh yeah, no. I guess that only would have mattered if a cookie got caught in a chain reaction, and we hadn't been doing that much lately, so it's probably fine either way, to be honest. But yeah, this is technically more what I had meant in the first place. But okay, so let's go back to. Oh wait, why is it? Yeah. All right. Yeah, so that's correct. So yeah, let's go back to here, and yeah, we don't care about the ones caught in the chain reaction for this count. We only care about these detonations. So explosive count minus, and expls detonated, yeah, plus. And this is just like another data point that we care about, or that we want to check out at the end of the game. All right, so save that. And yeah, now let's go back to finishing up our bot. So robot play. Well, yeah. So oops, not that one. All right, so case 0, case 1, fairly straightforward. Case 2 is actually going to be fairly straightforward as well. It's going to be a lot like case 1, except when POW added 1, use avail 1 I, and that, like, I could smarten up how we're checking where to use this available power, but the robot is behaviors are so deterministic that I'll worry about that later. So that's strategy 1. Yeah, that didn't take too long. Except yeah, we have to call this case 2. So that's strategy 2 implemented. So now let's implement strategy 3. This one will take slightly more than the others. So uh, yeah, we can't just increment this because it will actually never happen. I mean, because yeah, if power added 2, use avail 2, but we have to do other things before then. We oh, you know what? I might put 2 on hold and come back to it because case 2 actually has a lot, or case 3. I forgot. I keep forgetting to increase these numbers. Case 3 has a lot in common with case 4, because for case 4 we're just going to choose randomly. So huh. Yeah, how do I want to do this? I just want to choose randomly between the hero himself and the available powers. So huh. Oh, hold on. I have a small insect friend, and I don't know how he got in here, but he seems to want to go out. So I'm going to let this little dude out. He's just up against the window, and he's like, I see sunlight. Let me have sunlight. Alright, how do I get this guy not to freak out and get him outside? We can just go. Where did you come from, little guy? He's just a little moth friend. But he's actually not that little. He's actually kind of a big moth friend. And it's funny because I didn't notice him before just a moment ago. Oh, come on, moth friend. It's okay. I don't want to touch you because you have like special dust on your wings, and if I touch you, then your special dust will fall off. I know it's a difficult concept, but you just kind of got to go up and around. It's okay. It's okay, moth friend. You gotta go up. We gotta go. It's difficult for moth friend because he's on the window, and what he has to do is he has to go up and around the sill of the window. But yeah, there you go. Oh, you're almost there. Oh, you're so close. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. Come on. You're so close. Oh, you did it. Yay. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I never know how much you can touch moths because like they have like dust on their wings that is like important to them, and I don't want to accidentally mess up their dust. Ever since I started streaming, like, I don't have an internal thought process anymore. I have a thought process, but it's 100% external now, so. This became especially apparent to me yesterday when due to technical difficulties, the stream went down, and I was no longer uploading, but, like, I was... I don't know. At first I didn't realize like whether the stream was down or whether it was up, so I continued to talk. But then at a certain point it became actually very clear that the stream was no longer up, and for some reason that didn't stop me from narrating. Oh, I hope. For a second there, I thought the construction across the street had ended, which would be great because it's so beautiful outside. The weather outside right now, so good. It's like really top notch, but the construction was also really loud, so I have my window shut. Leave, construction workers. You have the afternoon off. I give you the afternoon off. No, they can't stay there all day. All right, so yeah, right, case 4. So yeah. We have that other thing that we're keeping track of. We have we have POW added. Yeah, we can just use that other thing. What was it even? It was like POW gain count. Yeah. I honestly don't remember why I have this in here, but it keeps track of how many powers have been added to the bottom bar, which is exactly what I need to do with this. So POW gain count. So all right, int si equals random dot value times 1 plus pow gain count, and that has to be in parentheses, and let's multiply this whole thing by 0.999999f, and that's because random dot value includes 0 and 1, but we don't want 1 included because we are going to do math f dot floor to int. So yeah, so now I guess this isn't really necessary up front when we only have before we have bombs, because well, I guess it'll only happen once in that one case. That we'll roll a random value between 0 and 1, but not including 1, because like, yeah, it's like it's multiplied by something slightly smaller than 1. And it'll come back as 0, and then once power gain count is higher, then we can start rolling higher numbers. So then yeah, I guess, alright, so then we kind of have to like, so then if si equals 0, which it will the first time, then we'll use avail just like it was, like we were using it on the hero. And then actually we should set up an else case, because in the alternate case we'll want to instead use avail on what index? I guess we can just do si minus 1. Because so that'll basically mean that like 0 will equal bombs, 1 will equal. I can break this system by train of thought. I can break this system by changing the strategy mid-game, or by activating or deactivating the robot mid-game. So maybe I should make it a little bit smarter, or maybe I should just remember not to activate or deactivate the robot mid-game, or change its strategy manually. Only let the robot, like, the robot. I mean, its intended purpose is to be like set and forget, so I can just leave it running overnight to collect that data. But if I get I don't know, for whatever other reason I decide that I want to activate the robot, I could screw things up for myself. I wonder what are the odds that I will do that to myself. Hopefully low. Although it wouldn't even be that hard to fix, right? Yeah, so I should probably just do it the smart way, I guess. So this is POW type, and I want to get so based on the type, I want the slot, which is kind of the opposite of what I end up doing with use avail. With use avail, I take the slot and what do I do with bot? Oh yeah, it's down here. So yeah, bot slot power type power. So I guess slot pow type. Nah, I might just do the hacky way. I think to do it the correct way would be slightly convoluted. It would mean starting with the type, and yeah, I've never really had to do this before. Before the robot, there's never been any logic pertaining to finding a specific button based on the type of the button. That's always been up to user discretion. but now that since the robot is emulating user behavior, it's kind of becoming relevant. So I don't know if I feel like actually going through. Well, it actually wouldn't be that hard, I guess. How type? Pretty sure pow type is based on. Oh, is it based? It's based on the slot, right? Yeah. That's what we were just looking at a moment ago. So, hold on. Yeah, let me just take another quick look at use avail. Go to declaration. So yeah, I guess this wouldn't be too hard to just reverse lookup. Sure, why not? We have a few related things in here somewhere. Oh wait. Oh, we already have type to button. All right, cool. Type to button, button to slot, I guess. Yeah, we just have to go backwards through both of these. So type to button, button to slot. This shouldn't be button index. This should be type index. I think I just lazy copy and pasted it. Anyways, okay, so, alright, yeah, alright. I don't think I actually used this anyway. I think I set this up once and then didn't actually use it anyway. But hey, I was just anticipating this need, I guess. Alright, so yeah. I mean, it's slightly funny, but this actually happens fairly infrequently. So instead of just saying 0, the greatest part about this is that like 99.99% of the time, I'm going to be passing 0 into this and getting 0 back, or passing 1 into it and getting 1 back. But just for those few times that I'm doing something else. Alright, so I'm starting with the pow, what was it, type to slots, I think was the first one. Wait, what did I call it? Wait, type to button, button to slot. Power type to button. Okay. Type to button. So 0. This will give us back the button that we're looking for, and then we can use that. You can use that to get back the slot. Button to slot. Perfect. So we'll almost always return exactly what we started with, but for those cases that, well, so yeah, basically what I did now is that I set it up so that, so now, oops, not 0. 1, 2. So now I could use the robot more liberally. Like if I felt like it, I could just like turn the robot on or off whenever I felt like it, and like set its strategy whenever I felt like it. Which, to be honest, I'll probably use. So that was why I wanted to set it up that way. Let's make sure I didn't break the robot. Oh yeah, and actually I haven't finished the robot yet because yeah, the other thing that we want. We want to say if pow added 2 use avail. Oh yeah. So all right. So right, I want another condition here in case 3. Okay. So we want to say if pow no if button no if button spawn count? Is that a thing? Button spawn count. If button spawn count is less than if button spawn count is less than pow spawn at count index 2 minus 4, then we'll do this. So case 3, strategy 3 is stacking on POW 3, stacking on super. Super doesn't show up until late in the game. So what this says is that early in the game, we'll just choose randomly. The point at which we stop choosing randomly is not the point at which POW 3 has actually spawned. It's the case in which we can anticipate POW 3 to spawn. Because you can only ever fit 5 power-ups in the top bar. And that means that if you know that the fifth next thing to spawn will be POW 3, you can stop using them, and you'll still have room for POW 3 to spawn. I think so. I think I want to say spawn at count minus 4, but spawn at count is a slightly weird number, so it might be like minus 3. Let's see how this goes. All right, so let's set the strategy to 3, and fire it up. And we might get a few errors because we've done a few things since the last time we did this. For example, well that might, I don't know what that's about. What if is that just a? All right, so I switched over to strategy 4 and it started working. So I must have done like the spawn at count math incorrectly. Hold on. Button spawn count. Alright. Button spawn count less than POW spawn at count index 2 minus 4. POW spawn at count index 2 is like 16. So this should work as long as button spawn count is less than 12. And I don't see how it could be starting at 12, considering it should be starting at 0. Are you being used weird? Am I remembering you incorrectly? No, you definitely started at 0. Huh. Well, that's weird. If anything, I would have expected strategies 3 and 4 to neither work. But strategy 4 seems to be working fine. So why is strategy 3 not working fine? Get used! Alright, well let's go back to here and say, let's see what this is evaluating to. Print, or let's print both of them. And this will spam, because once there's one in the tray, it'll evaluate every frame. But I'm just curious to see what will spam. What? Oh, yeah. Parentheses. Alright, save that. Alright, yeah. So, strategy 3. So, yeah, as soon as there's 1 and 12, yeah. Oh, and then it got used. Oh, is it that? There's this weird thing that happens sometimes where you save in mono develop, and then it just for whatever reason it decides not to save your changes, or like you go back to Unity and it acts as if it hasn't saved your changes. I don't know what that's about. It's not my favorite thing. It's probably one of my least favorite things. I don't know. I think maybe they do it just to keep you on your toes, because like the nice thing about it is that you think like a really weird and awful bug has been introduced, but then instead everything just works swimmingly. So all right, so yeah, it's gonna take a moment, but we're going to get to the case. We're going to get to the case where modifiers should just start stacking up in the HUD, and hopefully, I should change the spawn count again so that we can test this faster. Oh, and another thing I want to do is just increase the range of dash. Just increase it. Just so it starts bigger. Because like I made a lot of other things cool, and there's no reason to not make dash cool, so. Wow, Robot's really good at this game. Yeah, alright, so here. So if I'm counting correctly, then we should see four modifiers should stack up. And then this one in the corner should then be super POW 3, and then they should all empty all at once. So, alright, if we see one more show up, and it's not POW 3, alright, good. So this might still work, or this might not be POW 3. If the fifth one's not POW 3, then it'll just like stop evaluating altogether. Come on, big money. So if they all just oh, no, alright, so it's not -4, it's minus, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna, if I use one of these manually, it should trigger it. No? That's POW 3. What the heck? That's totally POW 3, look at it. That's POW 3. Why is it not working? Is it because I interfered? Did the robot not enjoy my interference? Huh. Alright, well yeah, I should change the values so that I can test this faster. Where is it? It's next button scale. Yeah, so I'll just put these both to 1 temporarily. And yeah, no, I don't know why that was like that. I felt like that should have worked. I'll try like -3, I guess. But I don't know, I feel like that should have worked. Oh wait, that's totally not even the right number, is it? Button spawn count? No, yeah, that's correct, right? Button spawn count is less than yeah. No, that should be right. So hopefully this will work. Oh yeah, the other thing, there is something else I need the robot to do after I finish setting up strategies. I need the robot to reset the game when he's done doing what he does. So that way he won't just play through once, but I can like let him go and he'll continue to play through. Alright, so that's not super. What the heck? What the? -3? -2? I don't know. No, last time it was only off by 1. Maybe seeing that thing again. Whoops. Alright, hold on, save that. Alright, I have to take a brief break. So I'm gonna let the robot run, and then I'm gonna just step away for a short moment, and Hold on. Nah, whatever. I'll just let the simulation run for a moment while I'm gone, and I'll be right back. Sorry for the brief break. I'll be back in just a moment, very shortly. back. Sorry for the delay. How's the robot doing? Is he kicking butt? Oh, so he stopped using yeah. All right. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It seems like oh. He stopped way before Super. How far before Super? He stopped one before Super again? No, I definitely changed the math. So that's weird. I mean, I literally, it had been 4, and he stopped 5 before whatever, and then I changed it to 3, and he stopped 5 before. So I don't know. I guess I'll just make that a public variable for temporary, so that I can. I'm not. I like math, and so I get very unenthusiastic when something tries to present me math that doesn't make sense. So, for example, like, I'm not saying like 3 or 4 are the correct values, but I feel like they're fairly certainly different values. So, like, to have the exact same thing happen both times is a little suspect. Alright, so yeah, I'll just make this a... no, whatever. Heck with that. I'm gonna just try it again. Not very scientific, but... yeah, what is the deal with that? I mean, it was literally the same number both times. Super was always just like one step away. And furthermore, like, once I manually added one from the top bar to the bottom bar, why did it then stop? Okay, so it stopped. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what that is about. Sometimes with Unity, like, you save something in MonoDevelop, and then you go back to Unity, and it just pretends that you did nothing. But then all you have to do is, like, rerun it, and it makes me want to do extremely unscientific things, like, just oh, why is that guy stuck there? Well, the power levels are going to get out of control if I leave. Why is that guy stuck there? Why is he just kind of hanging out? That's disconcerting. It's probably unrelated. I think. Whoa. Why does this thing keep flickering like crazy? And why is like, oh, well, no. There's a lot of stuff that's happening right now that I don't understand. Alright. So, yeah, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, why would that thing get stuck in the, why would that one modifier get stuck in the HUD? I mean, so either... It makes me think one of these is not evaluating. So slot avail? Did slot avail somehow not get set correctly for it? Did it somehow stay at -1? I mean, that's like the only thing I can think of. I am spawning and destroying these things, like, in fairly rapid succession. One thing I've noticed is that, did you increase the most? So I have been uploading subsequent builds on top of previous builds. So P5 has gone through several iterations. I think the change that I made yesterday was probably right along the lines of what you're saying. The change that I made was it yesterday? Yeah. I think the change I made yesterday was that I I made it so that modifiers drop a lot faster in phase 4. For the build that's on the site. Here, I made them spawn ridiculously fast. I wonder if that thing about the modifier getting stuck in the HUD, I wonder if it wasn't related just to the fact that I was like screwing with this stuff to such a great extent. I'm gonna try like a legit playthrough with like normal values to see how that works. So yeah, we're still on strategy 3. So hypothetically we'll be stacking on POW 3 as soon as we get POW 3. And let's look at our we have our power board here. Oh yeah, sorry. One thing I want to do real quick is just I said it earlier. I just want to increase the base range of dash. So it's 5 now. I'm just gonna put it up to like 7 for starters. And then I guess I could tone down the base dash radius. Dash radius scale. Yeah, I'll just tone it down slightly. Just like 14 instead of 16. Maybe. Yeah, that's probably fine. We'll see how it plays. We'll see plenty of dash as the bot plays out. The bot uses dash a lot more than I do. I sometimes forget to use it because I'm constantly like spamming bombs. But alright, let's see how this goes. So yeah, these for starters, the modifiers we get should just get assigned randomly.